Start talking, or make your peace with God.
Do your worst. I won't betray my lord.
Ah, Henry! Just the man I want. This fool would rather hang than sing. You know more about him than we do, so maybe you can get something out of him.
Well now, Eric. It is Eric, isn't it? Looks like the boot's on the other foot this time, doesn't it?
Fuck you.
You need to change your tone. If you start being nice, you might just come out of this alive. So now I'll ask you a few questions, and you better think carefully about how you answer them. Who is this Toth?
He's an orphan, same as me. The Turks killed his parents, so he started killing Turks. Sigismund needed men like that, so Istvan ended up in his service.
How did you meet him?
He killed my parents.
What? Toth killed your parents?
You can never understand. They were weak. Istvan's strong. He took better care of me than any father.
What is he after?
Are you really that clueless? To destroy Wenceslas's allies. You.
Who does he take his orders from?
Are you stupid? He works for Sigismund.
How many men does he have in the castle?
How should I know? There were nearly 70 of us at the beginning, but there's probably not even half left. But that's still more than there ever were in that castle. More than enough to defend it.
Listen to me. Toth has hostages in the castle, and we have you. So, how about an exchange?
Do you take him for a fool? Do you really think he'd give up the only thing he has that stops you from attacking? He'll never accept an exchange.
You better pray he will, for your own sake. Because once we attack, you'll be worthless to us. And what do you suppose will happen to a worthless bandit? I won't waste any more time on you. You could have saved yourself, but apparently you value your master's skin more than your own.
I don't need to save myself. Istvan will save me. And he'll kill every last one of you.
Why should he save you? He'll sacrifice you, just like everyone in Vranic and Pribyslavitz. You're nothing but a common bandit.
You don't know anything. He'll come for me, and anyone who lays a finger on me will pay dearly.
Now I'm curious. Why would he care that much about you? Could it be your lovers?
You never understand.
For a while there, I thought we'd get nothing out of him. But in the end, he spilled his guts.
I thought you were much too easy on him. But it seems your approach was the right one. Well done, lad. Anyway, it's clear that young fellow is no ordinary brigand. And he believes Toth cares about him. We'll just have to see if the bastard cares as much about him as Divish does about his wife and you about your father. Well, Divish, I think the time has come to find out just how much Toth values our hostage. Do you want to parley with him yourself?
I think I'll leave that to you, Hamish.
So be it. I'll do my utmost. Bring the hostage below the battlements.
Sir Istvan!
What is it? Did our neighbourly visit catch you unprepared?
A little. But we've settled in nicely. And this fellow is enjoying our company so much, we simply can't get rid of him. It seems we are in similar situations. Perhaps it's time to send our respective guests home.
Not a chance. Do you take me for a fucking fool? Be warned. If anything happens to Eric, I'll let every manjack here have his way with this bitch, and I'll dice Kobila into goulash meat.
Nobly spoken, your grace. But for all I know, you may have done that already.
Divish, I'm sorry.
Greetings, friends. Fear not, Lord Toth is treating us like royalty.
They're unharmed, as you can see. But don't try any tricks, or they won't be for long, Hanush.
It seems your lord doesn't place any great value in you, boy.
Go to hell.
I'm sorry. It looks like it's not going to be that easy.
Well, at least we know they're alive. I didn't expect much of it anyway.
He won't harm them as long as we have this fellow.
Патовая ситуация.
Well, friends, what do you suggest?
I'd say we have no choice but to attack.
It's a great risk, Robard, with Stephanie and Radzig inside.
I know how you feel, sir, but Toth is no fool. They are his last safeguard. He will do nothing to harm them until he is sure of victory.
Would you be saying that if it were your wife inside?
Or your father?
Well, let me point out that we have no choice anyway. We don't have enough supplies to keep men here for weeks, while gangs of brigands and Sigismund's army roam the countryside. Toth won't agree to an exchange, and even if he did, we'd have to let him go. With all his men, he'd be a thorn in our sides till Judgment Day.
Sir, a message has arrived.
Oh, what is it?
Margrave Jobst is approaching with his retinue and wants to speak with you.
Jobst, you say? All right.
What is he doing here?
Who's Jobst?
Jobst of Luxembourg is cousin to King Wenceslaus and Sigismund. He's the Margrave of Moravia.
Only a year ago, he was collaborating with Sigismund and the League of Lords. He betrayed King Wenceslas and his ally Prokop. Now, he's changed sides, appointed himself the leader of the rebellion against Sigismund, and wants to liberate Wenceslas.
Whichever way the wind blows.
Nevertheless, it seems the decision is made for us. We don't want Jobst camping with us in front of our own castle like a band of gypsies.
I'm afraid you're right, Hanush. All right. We'll let the men rest a while, and then attack. Come to me when everything is ready.
Good day.
There was precious little in it, and we could have lost everything.
That's how it goes in war. But God stood by us. And in the end, they're nothing but a bunch of filthy cutthroats. They're sneak thieves and assassins. But does that make them real soldiers?
Well, they're apt to wait till a man nips off into the bushes to relieve himself, lifts up his chainmail.
You know just who you're up against. That's probably why Toth is giving us such a hard time.
Halo. Co za...
Co?
kurde.
What do you think of Master
Nic.
Keith?
He di-
Do you think there's any
I've never seen.
Nic. Widzę, że ten... Zauważyłem... Znaczy nie, dostałem
Few of them
ten...
have taken to
Dostałem
their heels.
powiadomienie
If they
o
stop in
dziwo
Kutenberg, I'll be
na
glad enough.
YouTubie,
I
jak
fear they may
filmiki
have other plans.
przeglądałem.
If those were the best of Ishvan's men, they could be lurking in the woods. They'll probably wait to attack us at the worst possible moment.
My fear exactly. I won't breathe easy until Toth is hanging from the gate. But in the meantime, I'll be glad to know the woods at my back are clear. Can I count on you?
Of course, Sir Ebar. Would you like me to bring back their gear as evidence they're dead?
That's not necessary. I trust you, Hal. You don't even have to do the killing, just let me know where you find them and that'll be that. There's no need for you to get hurt in the process.
Są zadanka?
God be with you.
Już nie pamiętam w sumie.
Are you alright?
Co tam jeszcze mogło zostać?
All right! He tried to kill me!
But... It seemed like...
It was Pekar! He's lying right there! And you let him go! Keep out of my sight!
God be with you, lad.
We came just in time, didn't we?
Quite. I thought my last hour had come. But Lord Capon came to our defence and fought like a lion. I'd say he's growing into a proper nobleman at last.
I think more people will be changing their minds about him.
They should. I owe him my life. God bless him. See you later.
A, no. Bo jaki ty dokładnie tu etap masz? Oni tam ktoś przyszli i... Nie, ale to ten gościu to on jedzie... On nie jedzie z pomocą żadną. To on to dopiero przybędzie i oblężenie to trzeba przed nim zacząć raczej. Bo oni przychodzą, oni nie przychodzą z żadnym wojskiem, tylko oni przychodzą w sprawach politycznych. No i nie wiedzą o oblężeniu żadnym, o tym, że przejęli zamek. No już nic nie zostało. Co poszukaj? Nie wiem, ja tego nie pamiętam, żebym coś takiego robił.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you? See you later.
Ale ty już tam widziałem w tych filmikach po kolei, w tych streamach, że dużo więcej zadań, chociaż no, one z dodatków na pewno najwięcej ich było, ale sporo zrobiłeś więcej rzeczy niż mi się w tych 2 razach jak przyszedłem grę udało.
I'm glad you came.
God be with you, Henry.
At your service, sir.
I'm about to give the order to bombard Talmberg. And since it's mainly thanks to you that we still have a trebuchet, I think you should have the honor of the first shot.
I'd be delighted.
To smash my castle? I can't say I share your enthusiasm.
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean it like that.
There's nothing to it. The men will load the trebuchet. All you have to do is pull the lever.
Well, I suppose I could manage that.
Then we'll bombard Talmberg for several days.
O, będzie widać jak ten...
Sir Robard will explain what comes next.
Ty się tam pytałeś o próby cierpliwości.
Good luck, then. Load the trebuchet!
Trochę im zajmie ładowanie. No. Jak ze Strongholda. A no właśnie. Aha, nie, no to to dobrze jest. Jest dobrze, bo na linię się trzyma. No.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Po co się tyloma linami oplatało belkę? No nie spieszy mi się. No niestety, tutaj nie. Można.
God be with you.
W ogóle co ty masz te tekstury takie? Nie zmieniła ci się grafika? Czy to tak powinno wyglądać? Czy to u mnie może jest przez... Czekaj, nie no mam. No właśnie ja widzę, że ci się mocno to pogorszyło. Ty, a oświetlenie masz w ogóle na ultra wysokich. Co jest za ustawienia? Fizyka na średnich była, oświetlenie i cienie na... A nie, oświetlenie ok, cienie i zaciemnienie chyba na średnich. Oświetlenie jest chyba ok. Nie, no masz kompletnie ustawienia graficzne zupełnie... Ja właśnie widziałem na tych twoich streamach, że coś tak dziwnie ten Kingdom wygląda. Ale zaciemnienie to chyba nie na niskie, tylko na średnie chyba, co? Strzegłość wody na bardzo wysokie raczej. Na średniej, tu wszystko się zmieniło, tu żadne ustawienie nie pasuje. Ty w ogóle na ultra wysokich nic nie miałeś, a masz w sumie wszystko. Oprócz, no nie wiem, jak to jest. Ale ty w sumie na ultra wysokich by ci i tak chodziło na tej karcie. Wodę na pewno sobie na bardzo wysoki. Też daj. A jak masz tę odległość rysowania tam? Też masz jakoś... Ale tam jedna z tych funkcji chyba... Aha. Nie wiem. To jest jakoś przedziwne. I właśnie mi coś nie pasowało na tych streamach, jak potem archiwum oglądałem, to tak... Coś to dziwnie wyglądało. Bo jak ty tam patrzyłeś otoczenie i tak dalej, to jakoś pamiętałem, że to lepiej wszystko wyglądało. No. Tak, tak. Znaczy na Steamie to napisałem później dużo. Bo ja, wiesz, ja wszedłem na streama od razu, jak ten. A na Steama po prostu wszedłem dałem ci czas. Że tak powiem. Bo wiedziałem, że na Steamie to tam dostaniesz komunikat, bo na Discordzie jak nie wyłączyłeś tej funkcji, to jak masz włączonego OBS-a, to się włącza ten tryb streamowania, gdzie nie ma komunikatu, więc wiedziałem, że nie dostaniesz. Dlatego potem napisałem na YouTubie. No i zobaczyłem, że komentarze na YouTubie, czatu nie masz. Nie widziałeś. No to napisałem. Ale te ustawienia się tak długo zawsze zmieniają. Ja w ogóle nie wiem, co tam robi gra tak naprawdę, bo to jest niezależnie od tego, co zmieniasz w opcjach. Możesz cokolwiek, każdą najdrobniejszą rzecz zmienić i zawsze trwa to wczytywanie tak samo długo. Dłużej niż jakbyś wyłączył grę, włączył ją na nowo i wczytał save'a. Jakby... Nie wiadomo, co tam się dzieje w tym czasie tego procesu. No jak to teraz wygląda? Jaśniej jest. No bo ty część rzeczy obniżyłeś, a część podwyższyłeś. A tylko, że się nie wczytało, widzę, tekstury się nie wczytały, tutaj otoczenia na przykład, wczytują się po kolei. Oj,
God
tam.
save you, Henry.
No strzelaj. Ale... Bo to jest tak, że oni chyba o kurde. Jak tam się... No. Że oni, wiesz, ten ostrzał trwa ten ostrzał to jest tak naprawdę celowanie. Proces przestawiania tego trebusza tak, żeby trafić w odpowiednie miejsce. Także... Co ty zrobiłeś? Oho. A nie, dobra. Wcisnąłeś jeszcze raz? Mogłeś wcisnąć jeszcze raz to? Aha. No no. Ej. No dobra, no i teraz musisz... A nie wiem, czy pogadać z kimś musisz, czy czekać te parę dni? Bo teraz to oni sami będą już bombardować. Okej.
Divish said...
Sir Divish.
Sir Divish said you tell me what happens next.
We're going to watch Istvan shitting himself.
Przecież to samo, nie?
For a few days at least. So if you have anything to attend to, now's the time. Just don't forget to come back. Good luck then.
No. No jak oni tak długo ładują, to... No. Ja nie wiem, w tej grze o Tron to tam te trebusze porozstawiali. Chociaż ty jeszcze w zwiastuna nie widziałeś trzeciego odcinka. Ale... Aha, no. No tak, ale zwiastuna trzeciego nie widziałeś. Tam było widać taki rządek. I jak oni tylko raz pewnie zdążą wystrzelić, zdążą przeładować zanim się skończy bitwa. Przecież te trebusze są na zewnątrz, więc no może, ale... No bo to mi, wiesz... Powinni korygować. Znaczy nie korygować, bo w sumie trebusz to tak czy tak strzela jak chce, tak? Jakby to nie jest katapulta, gdzie ją bierzesz trochę... Gdzie ona w miarę prosto... Nie no, katapulta też chyba w miarę prosto nie strzela. Ale jest w miarę sztywna, tutaj to wiesz... ta siatka taka na kulę...
Henry, I'm glad you came.
No... Raczej niesie kulę, niesie pocisk gdzie chce. Gdzie jest wszystko? No tak. Dobra, ja sobie ciasto przyniosę. Zaraz będę.
How dare you sleep in someone else's bed? Get lost!
Dobra, jestem. Co oni się biorą? Jak śmiesz spać w czymś łóżku? Nie ma tu miejsca dla syna Radzika?
Good day, Henry. You need help. What are you doing lying here? Get the hell out.
Ale to musisz mieć pecha albo coś pozmieniali, bo ja jakoś nie miałem problemu. W ogóle się nie spotkałem z tym, żeby mnie kiedykolwiek wyrzucili z łóżka. Więc nie wiem, czy ja wybrałem dobre łóżko na początku, czy...
How are you, Henry?
Użyj trochę tego czekania, bo i tak masz energię na stówę. To możesz długo przeczekać i potem się tam na chwilę położyć, żeby uzupełnić.
What do you think this is, an inn?
Gdybyś miał umiejętność taką, że jak nic nie robisz, to ci nie spada energia ani strawa, to byś mógł w ogóle czekać te 2 dni. To nierealistyczne jest. Dlatego ja późno brałem tą umiejętność, ale w końcu tutaj wraz z postępem gry w końcu brałem ją i dużo to... Znaczy w takiej sytuacji by się to przydało, tak? Mhm.
Get the hell out of here! How dare you sleep in someone else's bed? Get lost! Hey, get up off of that bed. You've no business here. Hey, do you think you own the place? Snoring here? Clear off! What do you think this is, an inn? Get the hell out of here! You can't be serious. Sleeping in other people's beds. Get out or you'll be sorry.
I feel quite hungry.
Hey, young fellow, you can't sleep here. Go and find a bed of your own. Ah, hey, get up off that bed. You've no business here. What do you think this is, an inn? Get the hell out of here. Get up. What are you doing lying here? Get the hell out.
Ty, ale
You sleep in someone else's bed. Get
ci
lost.
strażnicy jacyś porąbani i chyba kogoś innego tam jeszcze wywalają z łóżka.
Do you think you
Słyszę,
own the
cały
place?
czas coś...
Snoring
Nie wiem, czy
here?
tego mistrza
Clear off.
Kajetana, nie? Czy jak on się tam... Aha, ale oni cały czas powtarzają. Cały czas jak byłeś po to ciasto, to tam coś... Okej. Trzeba by ogarnąć dzieci, co strzelają, mają swoje łóżka. Może ten. Wątpię, żeby oni się wymieniali. Pewnie cały czas ci sami strzelają. Dziwisz, przyjdzie i cię wyrzuci. No. A te kule tam cały czas jak jest. Lecą. No. Tatar poszczepaństwo.
Welcome, Henry.
No i tam nic nie uszkadzają nawet. Oni jeszcze nie trafili raz w zabudowanie.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bombarding? Good luck then.
Bombardowałeś już dzisiaj Tangę? No. W ogóle jak ty... Co to było, że ty pierwszy strzał miałeś oddać? Jak przecież pierwszy strzał to już był... Zanim zaatakowali ten trebusz. Co trafili w kurczaka tam na tym. Był filmik. No to... Co to?
God save you, Henry.
Może się kule skończyły. I może... Przecież...
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Istvan's a stubborn bastard.
All right, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on two fronts.
Przez
The north
ostatnie
gate and the west
3-4
wall,
dni tylko
which will
spałeś,
scale with
więc
ladders.
czekałeś,
The
więc...
attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
How are we going to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keezer claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
Sam gościu za tą stoi.
And what's the plan for attacking the west wall?
Podsłuchuje,
First, we
to
have to get men to
szpieg.
the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire. So we'll need as many men covering them as
To
possible.
jak w grach RPG, jak masz kogoś, wiesz, posłuchaj co mówi NPC, to tak.
Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
How are you, Henry? What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Istvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
I think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack on the walls.
I'm proud of you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, we will kick those whoresons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier? This man must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
I'll remember that.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good luck to you, old soldier.
See you later.
Nie no, bramę zniszczyli. Tam jest oczywiście krata, tak? Jeszcze. No ale to taranem kraty nie... Kratę można podnieść. No można, no tak, przyblokować je, bo na zębatkę, wiesz, na zębatce i... No to jak taką kratę oni brali, forsowali? Tak. W sumie to jeszcze nigdy nie widziałem w żadnym filmie, na żadnej, nie wiem, ilustracji, ani nigdzie, jak tutaj bramę z kratą pokonywało się. A, tylko w tym. W Grze o Tron tylko, jak atakowali mur, no to giganci z mamutami brali kratę, wyginali. A ty miecz... Aha, no miecza to... No. Wchodzą tu czy nie wchodzą?
Smash them! Clear those battlements!
No.
We've got them! And now from the south! We'll charge them from the rear!
Nieprzyjemne doznanie. Jak oni się... Ale to sporo nas w sumie tutaj. Oni ucięli tą bramę? Ty widziałeś? Ona jest jakby wycięta. No jakby była za ciężka, to by się nie...
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanush.
Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, you're all noblemen here. All bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor!
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. Then, you'll get a taste of my pace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing.
Pozna smak mojego buzdygana.
Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry.
You've heard what he'll do if we follow them.
We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
No. Ten ptaszek się u mnie bugował, jak ja grałem. On w sensie w ogóle trasy się nie trzymał, on tam w ogóle nie skręcał gdzie powinien, jechał przed siebie póki do rzeki nie wpadł.
What should I say to
Tyle
him?
go było. I musiałem bez niego, ale można bez niego jechać w stronę Skalicy i...
I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
Tam gdzie się
What do
woda
you mean?
zaczyna, to on tam w ogóle nie chciał skręcać,
Something like
nie
that.
trzymał się w ogóle drogi.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnings. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
Yeah.
The way you found Tom, sneaking into Brannick all on your own. Well, what I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
What do you
U
think?
ciebie też nie
Will
skręcił?
Toth keep his word?
He's a noble.
A,
no?
tu się zablokował na koniach jakiś. W ogóle te konie to...
So am I.
to one tutaj
So
całą
raczej
grę
byłoby
są.
tak.
Bo to są chyba konie tych twoich kumpli, czy nie? Czy oni bez koni? Ale u mnie nie było tych koni, a u ciebie są przez
What
całą
will you do
grę.
now?
U ciebie te konie są tu przez całą grę.
Make plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Rattay and its people. Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
U mnie tutaj wpadł do tej wody i tyle go było. Ale to naprawili, widać. Skręca, trzyma się drogi. Tak. A, bo oni byli w sumie. A właśnie. U ciebie nie było widać, że Staszk, że oni się z tyłu trzymali u mnie.
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
You alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? But I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah. The sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but
Znaczy, no.
just then I had something else on my mind.
Jakie to ma znaczenie?
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Mark Vart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
No. Nie, jeszcze epilog powinien być. Będzie. Jakby te napisy to... Możesz, tak. Nie wiem czym, ale... Mogli muzykę jakąś fajną dać, a nie jakiś... No właśnie. To jest...
Doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you and Ma. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Oh, don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
No, to jeszcze epilog został. Tak. Tak. Pierwszy akt przeszedłeś. Tego sobie, epilogu sobie twórcy nie mogli darować. Tak, tak.
God be with you, Henry. I hope I can be of help to you, knight. May the Lord watch over you.
Gdzie ty w ogóle wytrzasnąłeś ten dywan na konia? W skrzyni? Aha, w przemysłowicy.
Be merciful, good neighbors. I live like
Aha, no tak, bo ja stajni nie miałem i nigdy, bo wybierałem tą strażnicę i to nie widziałem takich. A tam chyba jakaś zbroja też dla konia była w tych przemysłowicach. Ale też nie wiem jak wygląda. Ty idziesz do myślnika sprzedawać? Nie, umyć się. No właśnie. Znaczy znając pirata, to on pewnie każdego zabitego tam na murach przeszukiwał. A jeszcze zanim wiesz, do górnego zamku poszedł, to jeszcze wrócił pewnie na koniu do Talberka określę. To co nie zmieścił już na konie. No.
Greetings, Henry.
Welcome, Henry.
No. To teraz czeka próba ostatnia. Jestem ciekawy. Ten klasztor całkiem nieźle zniosłeś. Prawie dotrwałeś do końca? Nie, dotrwałeś do końca. Znaczy nie, no to tam... Znaczy zrobiłeś chyba tak jak się powinno, tak?
Oh, how? Are you going to the meeting
Tam
with
jeszcze
Margrave
dużo...
Yost as well?
I am.
No tak.
What about Ishtar?
Dało się go tam uwolnić
I
i w ogóle...
that we didn't catch him?
Ten, ale...
Because if we had, he'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
To zły
I
człowiek.
think you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
W sumie przeczytam, kim on był. No. Jodok z Moraw. Jobst z Moraw. Był synem margrabiego morawskiego Jana Henryka i Małgorzaty z rodu...
And on you, Lord Gabon.
Jakiego?
And this is my son, Henry. I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
Came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur, that King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What you're saying, Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him.
Kibel z
And
zasłoniętą
that's one of the
kurtyną
reasons why I'm
za jego
here.
plecami jest. Wow.
The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergolf, Heinrich von
The
Rosenberg.
situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Berghoff is on your
Co
side.
ciekawe, ten
Are we to
margrabia...
assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled
Znaczy
elegantly.
został wybrany na króla.
Necessary hostilities or expenses.
Wyobraź sobie,
I
teraz
have
czytam
negotiated
tutaj.
an alliance.
Ale nie zdążył
Polish,
objąć rządów, bo zmarł. W sumie kilka miesięcy później. Właśnie kilka miesięcy po tym, jak się zakończyła akcja tutaj gry. Z niewiadomych przyczyn.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary. Partly due to my efforts. And now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslaus languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war!
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghoff at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
No. Mhm.
We need to learn where they stand on liberating the king and ousting Sigismund. If they'll make trouble or join our side, but...
But we have to ask in a way that won't leave Sir Capon being run out of the castle with a whip.
Exactly.
How about writing that you're concerned about current events and that you want to see things settled peaceably, and then ask the opinion of the League of Lords?
Very well said, sir. And what they want to do about freeing King Wenceslas.
Whether they think liberating King Wenceslas IV might contribute to resolving the dispute?
And what they plan to do about the god-awful mess in this country.
What steps they envisage taking to end the pillaging of Bohemia by foreign armies?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, I'd also venture to suggest one more. What is their stance on that is, the initiatives of Margrave Jobst of Moravia and a large part of the Bohemian nobility? Whether they plan to take action against them or support their efforts?
You read my thoughts, sir.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish?
I think I don't know what to think.
That makes two of us.
If I didn't know anything about Yost, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But I've heard too much about him already.
Likewise. But I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right.
Well, we'll see what we learn from Bergov. If the League of Lords stands with Sigismund, then our chances pale, in spite of everything Yost said.
We shall see. We shall see. So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Zamek Troski.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and
Oh.
Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so
Kurde,
good.
jakie dwie wieże.
Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years. And now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest.
That's about all.
Very well.
No, każdy jak zobaczył. I tu chyba z każdym się da, tak. No właśnie.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Tak. Wspaniały pomysł, prawda? Twórców, że po napisach końcowych jeszcze tutaj... Tylko, że po tym całym oblężeniu i tak dalej, to już końcówka gry, zakończenie, napisy końcowe, no to już ludzie tacy już wycieńczeni się robią. O, co tu jest? O, co oni za napis tu wprowadzili? No tak, ale to jeszcze trzeba z tym ptaszkiem iść, żeby zakończyć grę. I to warto zrobić, bo tam będzie podsumowanie na sam koniec. Takie więc... Co? Cześć. Okej.
God be with you, Henry.
No widzę. Co za gościu.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting as eagerly.
Ale to żeby umyć się, to już nie miał czasu, żeby twarz umyć. Już nie masz... Już nie masz czekania pod X? Oho. Super. W ogóle tu ten zamek Traski, co tam gdzie ten... Wieżacie, to patrz jakie wieże umieścili na tych...
What about
na
Rodney?
górach.
Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman
I tam
to
zamek
befriend
jest,
a
wiesz, po
noble
drugiej stronie.
bastard
Tylko on
than a
zniszczony jest,
blacksmith's
ruiny
son.
są tylko.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord. What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again. But now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. It beggars belief.
Yeah.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a...
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
No to w takim tempie
Last winter, a certain
pewnie
Sir
trochę
Jan
potrwa
Sokol of
droga.
Bamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau,
Właśnie
which was
jakiś
on the
ten
orders of none other than Prokop.
autopilot.
And what has
mi się
that got to
przyda.
do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yost.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of
Ale
Lords.
przynajmniej
But
prędkość jest
despite there being
ten
several
dostosowana.
hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel.
And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him, and his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
And what about the League of Lords?
To nówka sztuka był zamek, bo z tego co czytałem na Wikipedii to właśnie w latach, no nie wiem, gdzieś w czasach tu gry kilka lat ma tylko.
But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If
No.
I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
Ponad 15-metrowy mur. No. WTF. Na 2 metry grubości. A ty tak narzekałeś, że w Minecrafcie taki mur zrobiliśmy wysoki, a jest cienki. No to tu też 15 metrów wysokości, 2 metry szerokości. Ja nie mu... Znaczy ja... Ale to... Ale... O którym ty... Ja nie mówię o tym... Przy tej białej twierdzy. To może faktycznie, ale ten dookoła miasta ty mówisz, że jest za wysoki, bo... dobry mur był. Dobry mur był. Ja już ci pokazywałem screeny tych murów, że nie wystają dachy budynków ponad nie. Ten białej twierdzy, no to jest bardzo wysoki, ale to dlatego, bo taka specyfika. Bo to tak, no bo to taka specyfika miejsca. No. Przynajmniej nie umrą z pragnienia w czasie oblegania. I nikt nie zatruje wody, bo jest zamknięta w murze. Ale to bardzo dobrze przemyślałem. W ogóle ten świat nasz z Minecrafta to chyba najbardziej dopracowana rzecz ze wszystkich jakby projektów, jakie w grach robiliśmy. No, to trzeba będzie kiedyś wrócić do tego. Przecież to tak tą mapkę pocisnęliśmy. Tam jeszcze tajne przejście pod tą twierdzą białą jest. W ogóle te wszystkie pomieszczenia jak dopracowane mega były. No, znaczy tyle miejsca. Jakieś miejsce jest, tak. No. Fajnie, że tak pomiędzy, jak wyjdziesz poza pomieszczenie, to wszystkie pomieszczenia tak w powietrzu wiszą w sumie dookoła pustki. No ale to jest Minecraft. Aha. Nie wiem. Może wysikać się idzie. Jaki dodatek już? No nie, że wyszedłeś poza... Że do lasu dotarłeś to... Aha. Może czeka, może muszą ci wszyscy reszta przyjść. Co za rzeczy tu są? Ty, ten miecz to... Kurde. Nie wiem. Nie, to jest ten 72. To było żądło wtedy chyba tamten. Lepszy jest od twojego. Ty, ale on chyba czeka rzeczywiście na tamtych gości. Ty ich w bramie przytrzymałeś i oni teraz... Bo u mnie tak nie było.
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
No dobra, no to...
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile.
Znaczy wiesz...
We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Rycerze. I tu już nic nie będzie. Jak sam mnie wyłączysz, to koniec będzie. Ja byłem dosyć cierpliwy, bo na telefonie sobie coś tam przeglądałem i czekałem, może coś jednak... No popatrz. Ile ci to zajęło? Rok? Przejście? Chyba nie, bo ta gra... Ona chyba dopiero bardzo niedawno miała rocznicę. Nie wiem dlaczego mi się tak zawsze wydaje, że